Hello everyone! So for today's video, I am going to be using Pinterest. And Pinterest is going to be telling me what to draw. So I've seen this go on in the art community on and off. Like somebody will do this and then I wouldn't see it for a few weeks or months and then somebody else would do it. You know what I mean? So it's my turn now. So I'm going to be putting my own spin on this kind of drawing challenge. So it's going to be animal edition. Yes, because animals are something that I draw and they're in my comfort zone. So since they are like something I like to draw more than like characters and stuff, which is what people usually draw in this challenge, I'm going to be drawing animals because I like drawing animals more than I like drawing people and stuff like that. So let's begin. Before I get started though, I just want to say the rules of this. I can't pick something that's in an ad or many things, like many drawings in one photo or anything like that, you know what I mean? It has to be a proper photo with the animal being the center of attention. And also, by the way, if you want to know, I don't have a Pinterest account just yet. I've only just recently gotten Pinterest. It was like a week ago. So I've been using my mom's old account, not my own. But I am thinking about that. I might, but you never know. If I do, then I'll tell you guys. So I've grabbed Pinterest here and I'm going to just search up animals. A bunny. Okay, we have a bunny here, but the thing is this is a video. For this here, this is an exception because we just need the main idea of what animal I'm going to be drawing. Not, I don't need this as my reference photo just yet. So since I have a fluffy bunny, now I'm going to search up bunny poses. Should I search up bunny or rabbit? I mean, it doesn't really matter, does it? Bunny poses. Okay, so we have multiple things in one, as you can see. I need to find one with only one single rabbit in it. Let's see. This is for a second. The first one I see. Okay. This is the pose I'm going to be drawing the rabbit in. And now I'm going to search up. Should I just stick with bunny? Actually, because I'm going to just say that because it said bunny in the first thing. What do I want to search here? Bunny breeds, which doesn't really sound all that interesting. So, actually, I need one, like only one thing, right? So, I don't really need a specific thing. Here. This is like the type of rabbit breed I'm going to draw. So, if you are confused right now, basically this was the animal I'm going to be drawing. This was the pose I'm going to be drawing it in. And this is like the breed basically, kind of like the colors I will be using, like my color selection. If that makes more sense, it may be a little confusing since not everybody does it like how I'm doing it. But yeah, these are my 3 photos or slash video. And yeah, I don't even need this video. I just really need this pose as a reference. And I need this to like make it like colored and stuff. So yeah, let's begin with me drawing with this. I basically just merged both of these reference photos together. I used the photo you can see right now for the pose. And then the second photo with the rabbit breed, I used that for the overall appearance. And I really enjoyed this process. I also came up with my own sketch for this. I like watch tutorials on how to draw the specific thing and I adapt that into my own style, or I use a step-by-step book. But this time I came up with my own proportions to make this a nice looking realistic-ish kind of bunny. I mean, it's not realistic, but make it proportionate and not look completely weird. I started to ink my drawing and make it all come to life. I use my pen to basically shade it, if you know what I mean. Kind of weird, I get it. I don't know. I've been trying to find my like art style recently, and I've kind of figured it out. I really enjoy using the pen to do the shading and stuff. I also really enjoy the process of inking my drawing and coloring it. I I've heard that like most people I know hate inking, but I kind of enjoy it cuz I basically most of the time or like sometimes I will use the pen to do the shading. I find it cool. I find it fun, you know. It's kind of my style, I guess. You know what I mean? You can see what I'm doing right now. I've done it a couple of times before, and I can show you this little sketchbook spread I did the other day. I drew my stationery, and I kind of used the pen to do the shading. I've been trying that a little bit in all sorts of things like that. So yeah. Here is the final result of the rabbit, and here it is compared to both of the reference photos. I think this is very, very cute. I love it. Actually, it's so cute. Would I have wanted to color this? I don't know. I would have colored it with colored pencils, but I feel like with the shading with the pen, it would have looked kind of weird if I then added on colored pencil. Plus, the rabbit breed was already like black and white, so yeah. What do you guys think about it? I'm going to move on to the next thing that Pinterest is going to be picking for me to draw. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. So I'm going to have the selection process be slightly different for this animal. Instead of just searching up animals, I'm going to search up animal reference, which will get us some slightly different results since that's just how Pinterest works. A squirrel, yes! I'm so happy for that. Okay, and now I'm going to search up art styles because that will determine what kind of style I'm going to be drawing the squirrel in. Okay, art styles. Oh my gosh, okay, I'm very excited for this because if you're confused right now, I'm going to do this in like a sketchy kind of style, like kind of realistic, semi-realism for a squirrel. That is going to be so cool. Okay, so let's move on to me drawing the squirrel. I started off with taking out my step-by-step drawing book I have for drawing animals, and I looked at the proportions of squirrels and how the artist in it drew it, and I kind of got the idea of, you know, the circles, where to put what for, you know, all the sketching. So I used that and incorporated it into the position that the squirrel in the reference photo was drawn in. This was definitely harder to figure out than the rabbit that I did previously. I don't know why, because they were both in kind of a similar, you know, position. I think the main reason is probably because the rabbit I drew, the pose it was in was already in this like sketchy, more cartoonish art style, and this was a literal squirrel. So that's probably the case. The second photo that I got where I searched up art style, you guys could see that was more of a sketchy kind of style, so I decided not to outline or color this, just use my pencil to do all the shading and even a little bit of cross-hatching, since I did see that the sketch for the art style, you know, the reference photo I got, which I didn't really use as a reference, more or so for the literal art style I was drawing it in. It had some cross-hatching in it as well, so I also used that and tried my best to incorporate it. It was kind of hard since, you know, this is an animal and that was a girl's face, so my intention wasn't literally to conjoin both of those together. It was basically to use that to get the sketching style and this for basically everything else. After experimenting around for a bit, I was basically done with this squirrel. Here's how it turned out, and I think it was a good effort. I think it turned out pretty well for what I had going on. Once again, I did enjoy this, and I'm also happy that I figured out how to draw the proportions even after looking at a different artist's style of drawing the same thing. So I do recommend that if you guys want to learn how to draw something, get like a step-by-step book or look at how another artist draws the proportions, and that will definitely help out. Let's move on and see what the next reference photos I'm going to get is and the final thing I'm going to be drawing with them. So now, instead of searching animals or like reference photos for animals, I am going to search up pictures of animals. Pictures of animals. A sloth! Oh my gosh! Yay! That's so cute. Oh my god, I'm so excited for that. Yay! And next I'm going to do a sloth, and I'm gonna search up scenery, just scenery, so we can make a background with the scenery for the sloth. Oh my god, that's gonna be so adorable. If I like draw a sloth somewhere, like if I add like a tree here and then somewhere behind there's a scenery, this is gonna be so cute. I'm so excited for this. Okay, so let's move on to my final drawing for this video. As you can see, I started drawing the branch for the sloth, and for some reason, in the reference photo, the sloth already looks so cute. Like, if you look at its eyes, it's already so adorable. So I felt like it was just kind of gonna look cartoony on its own, even if I try to make it look a little bit more realistic. So it's kind of a weird style and quite confusing, you're gonna see at the end, but I still think it came out pretty well. I don't know how I could have made it not look really cartoony. Its eyes were just so adorable. So I just kept it like that. So it kind of looks like it was drawn with a Draw So Cute tutorial or something. If you know her, I used to follow a lot of her tutorials when I was younger. Yeah, people like that, they draw like the really big cute eyes, but that wasn't my intention. It's just how it looked. Next, it was time for the outlining of my little cute sloth. This one probably took me the most time out of the three, and it isn't like the most realistic thing ever, nor is it the best piece of artwork I've done, but I still really enjoyed the process, and yeah, this one probably looked a little bit less like both of the reference photos, but it still looked similar if you like compare both of them. I think the one that looked the best compared to the pictures I had was the first one, the rabbit that I drew. I just feel like that one, the two reference photos I had and my intention of what I was supposed to draw was very clear, so it just all went good. I moved on to doing the coloring. I took out a whole bunch of different shades of browns and peachy tones to color in the sloth. This was actually kind of hard to color in the actual sloth. I just feel like, I don't know, I didn't know how to get like a good amount of colors and tones and shading that would kind of suit the actual thing I drew. But it all turned out good in the end, and here's the final result. I actually really like this one. It's very cute, very bright, and I just like sloths a lot as well, so yeah. Here's me just flipping through all of the final products of my drawings. I really enjoyed this art challenge. I think it was a very fun one, and I also love putting my own spin on things, so I really enjoyed the spin I was able to put on this challenge. I don't know if I have a favorite or not. I'm really happy with how all three of these turned out, which is kind of rare for me because usually it would be that I really like some things and I absolutely hate another drawing I do, but this time I loved all three of them. They all have their own specialties, and let me know which ones were your guys' favorites. All the links to the reference photos that I used in this video will be linked in the description box below. And with that, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next Saturday. Goodbye!